Questo è CallTehi, dove una semplice chiacchierata tra amiche può anche migliorarvi la giornata.
No, that was like the fourth date with him. So we went out for a while still after that.
Okay.
But yeah, there were a few like crazy stories. I'm trying to think of some. I don't know. Yeah.
Don't drive.
Just
Don't
no
drive.
car.
No car.
That's it. Just use a bike.
Yeah, okay. Right now you have a husband, so your husband can drive you.
Yeah. Now it's fine.
Let's hope that the battery and everything, the AC will be fine.
Oh no, so that car wasn't me. That was his car.
Okay. At least after he had to.
It's not all my car. It's just all me.
Okay, but you're not so lucky with cars, I guess. In like 2 days like this, yeah.
No,
Okay, do you have other stories?
Other stories? I'm trying to think.
Or just like funny stories about you. It's also fine.
Fun stories about me. Oh.
Like I tell you, yesterday it happened to me. No, maybe it was like last week. Yeah, last week. Basically, I lost my key. I did many things in the morning and I lost my key. So after Baruch Hashem, thank God I found them back. Like they were like, someone found them. So they put it like on the street. So I found them. So at the moment that I found them, I was like, oh, I'm like, there is a friend that is calling me. So I answer and I was like, oh my gosh, I found my key. After like 30 seconds there, I was like talking like me, you know, like 100% energy and just like telling like my story. I realized that no one is like answer me. So like I look on the phone and I read that was like the mom of my friend that was like calling me for like a job. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's like just so awkward. I started to scream about like my keys that I lost them and then I found them and everything. And then it was not my friend, it was her mom. So I was like, gosh, just to me it happened. So yeah, like funny stories.
Funny, so I don't know. I'm not such. I'll be honest with you. I'm just a bit of an idiot.
I'm not saying your name, but you are funny. You have funny stories.
No, so I have a lot of things because I'm just a bit silly. I just don't like realize things. I'm not really on it so much. But I can't think of it on the spot. I'm not very good at those kinds of things, like thinking about stories on the spot.
Okay, so in the meantime, I will ask you like a random question. So maybe you prefer. Yeah. Is your husband like the type of guy that you were like thinking for sure I will get married, or no? It's not like the type that you were like imagine.
Okay, so when I met him, I was really like pleasantly surprised and I really liked him from the beginning. I remember, I think it was fourth date. He said to me, he was like, okay, I don't think I'm gonna like learn anything new about you that's gonna make me not want to date you and not want to marry you. And I was like, are you joking? And then the next day I told him, I said, I really like dating you, but I don't know if I want you to be my husband yet, you know? Just working things out. But I think from the beginning, I really liked him. And I think that was a big tell for me. Because I've been out with guys who they're really lovely guys, really, really amazing guys. But because I just enjoy speaking to people and because I'm quite like outgoing and I enjoy that kind of thing, I found it really hard I would go out with boys for like a while, a few weeks, and I wouldn't really realize that I just feel like they're my friends, you know, and you need something more than that. So when it was something more than that, there was already like a big alarm bell for me, like, oh, this might be good, this might go far. But I think in general, and this has been for me, and I feel really, really grateful to be in this position right now. But I feel like a lot of the times there's self-doubt, not even self-doubt, but there's this just feeling of like, you know, from a young age, you were like, oh, of course I'm going to find a husband, obviously. But there's always this tiny voice inside that's like, really? Will you? Are you sure? Are you for sure? You know, and when you just date people, you hear weird suggestions and you just feel so... I don't know what it is. You feel so down and you feel like it's not going to happen to you. So for me, that was massive firstly to like meet someone that I really like. And also to get to a stage where I was like, okay, wow, this can happen. And that was really big for me.
Wait, did you know the day that he was like doing the propose? Like
Sorry,
the day
hold
that.
on. I missed
Yeah,
that
sorry.
completely.
No, the day that he did like they proposed to you, that like you decided, okay, we get married. Like you
Okay,
knew it.
yeah. So I knew for a while. I'll be honest with you. Already, like 2-3 weeks in, I was like, okay, I feel like I might marry this guy. He
So
already was
before you
sure.
went to Australia, you knew it. That like
Yeah, no, there was a long time before I went to Australia. I was already in. I wanted to
okay.
marry him. We just had to work a few things out, and so afterwards he had to go back to Australia, and it was really difficult for both of us because obviously the timing is very different. So it's like 9 hours difference.
Wow.
Um, and so that was really hard because we were just exhausted the whole time because we were talking to each other. But I already knew then that I'm going to be going to Australia at some point, and we'll be getting engaged there. And then after that, I went for like 10 days. That was the most I could get from work. And I was sure there was one day that he was going to propose to me. So we were going on a hike that day. I think it was the second or third day in. It was the third day in, and I was wearing like my hike clothes. I wasn't dressed amazing.
Please tell me that you had nail polish.
So no, yeah, I
You
did have
had your
nail
nails.
polish. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just saying, everyone, you should know Tehila last time, like went before I got engaged, like previously, quite funny. In the first time round, I was like about to get engaged, and I told Taylor was in London, and I told her, and she was like, "You have to get your nails done. I can't believe your nails aren't done. This is crazy." And I think I have like clear nail polish or something. She was
Yeah,
like,
I
"That's
remember
not
that
enough."
movie. I remember.
Like, you're like, "No, you need proper nail polish." So
You need to have
Taylor,
it.
I listened, and I got proper nail polish. And
So
so we went
proud.
on this hike, and during this hike, he was like, "Oh, my mum would love to hang out with you. Maybe you can come with her to see like football practice or something that's going on with the boys." So I was like, okay, whatever, we'll do that. And then afterwards, we were running very late, actually, as we always are. We were late to our engagement as well, by the way. We were
I
just
love
late to
it.
everything. Thank
Okay,
God
you're
we
not
made it
like
to
a
the middle.
timing. You're not a pro. Like
No, I'm
you're
not very good
not.
at timing. But then afterwards, we were driving back, and we were using my Google Maps because his wasn't working or something. And my Google Maps said like no motorways or no tolls or whatever. And in Australia, there's all of that, and it's fine. So we were going such a roundabout way because of my Google Maps. Whatever. We were coming back really late. And his mum was calling, and she was like, "Oh, I want to show her at the sunset." Oh, sorry. Okay.
Okay,
I
it's
want to
fine.
show her the sunset. And I was like, "What sunset? Like it's nearly dark. Like what is she chatting about? Why does she want me to come see the sunset?" Okay, either way, we got there eventually, and he said, "Oh, my mum's on the corner of the road." I was like, "Why is she on the corner? Like football's already finished. Why is she waiting for me at the corner? Why isn't she in her car? What is she doing?" And so we
Okay.
all got there. I got to the corner, I got to say hi to her. And she asked him, "Oh, can you please go and get your sibling? They're playing in the park." I was like, "It's already dark outside." I was like, "Why is this
Why
9-year-old
they're
sister,
playing on the park?
like, why are they at the park? And also, why didn't she go and get her from the park? Like, what is going on?" So he goes somewhere else. And then after, she starts like walking with me back and forth. "Oh, let's see the view. Let's see this. Let's see that." And I see her always texting. And I was like in my head, like, if she wants to connect to me. Why does she keep on texting? Why does she keep on going around? Like, I'm trying to ask questions. I'm trying to be engaging, trying to speak to her, get to know her. What's she doing? And then after, like, back and forth, and then she said, and then I saw in the distance, I saw someone who I thought was my husband's dad with the two little kids, and I was like, "Is that not them?" She was like,
No.
and she didn't want to lie, so she just continued. She pretended to not hear me, and then she said, "Okay, let's go to the park. Let's go find the little sister." And I was like, "What is going on? Who is this person who's just allowing their little child to be in the park at dark, whatever?" So we went in to the park, and then she pointed to like a random direction. She had my husband on the phone, and she was like, "Oh, like he wants to show you the view, so I can see him anywhere." She was trying to find him. She was trying to direct me, and I said, "Oh, do you want to come with? Do you want to come with and see the view?" She was like, "No, it's fine. I'll watch it from here." So I walked towards him, and I saw then he changed shirts. He changed into a white shirt, like from his like I don't know what he was wearing in the hike, and I was like, why did he change shirt? Maybe he was going to pray. Maybe that I don't know. I didn't know what was
You
going
start
on.
to ask like 100 questions, I guess. Like,
and then afterwards, I saw there was like a picnic blanket and like flowers and all those kinds of things, so I knew. But it was so beautiful for me because I'd always wanted a surprise.
and it was a
And I assumed
surprise.
it was such a surprise. I didn't think that. I thought it was going to be the next day. I'd already had my outfit planned out. I was planning on wearing the thing that I wore on our first date. Right, so
Oh,
I
so
really
cute.
I thought it was happening the next day. I was sure, and also everyone was sure it was happening the next day. Like my parents thought that it was happening the next day. He just changed his mind last minute because he saw it was going to rain the next day. But it was
Okay.
so nice how it ended
Everything
up.
happened for a
Such a
reason.
surprise.
It's
Sorry?
crazy. Everything happened for a reason. Like, that's how like
So
he did
true.
the surprise. So Baruch Hashem, that was raining the second day. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, it was stunning. It was really, really amazing for me. And it was so funny because, like I said, my mother-in-law was behaving so weirdly, and I was like, "Who is this person?" And then afterwards, obviously, I realized that she was just doing it all for it. But no, it was thank God. It was really, really like it was just amazing. And then I was
Love
there for the
it.
next few days, and then obviously then he came back with me to London. We had an engagement party here, and then afterwards he went back to Israel.
Okay, now I have a question. Because, you know, at your wedding, you were like going around with the challah, okay, with like the bread. So some of your friends were like telling me, oh my gosh, go to eat the challah because it's like a sgula. If you eat it, like, oh, you'll have kids or like you get married. Is really like a sgula or it's just like something that people do in London or whatever? How came up this thing?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you. I don't believe in any of this. I'm just more of a rationalist. So I don't believe in like these random things that we can't see. I always make jokes about it. I always say like, eat the bread, quick, quick, quick. Or God's not going to give you what you want. You know, you've got to make sure to eat that. But I don't really believe it. But on the other hand, I'm learning to be a bit more, I guess, I don't know how to say it, a bit more humble. I think have a bit more humility because there are people who do believe in these things and there are great people who believe in these things. So maybe there is something to it. The one thing that I can say is from that is that anything that you use for like a mitzvah, so anything you use for a good deed is looked at as precious. So something that was done, that was like a good deed that we did, and you know, with the bread, and then after we pass it out to people, maybe so that they can have a part in that good deed. Maybe I don't know.
It was
I think
I tell you, it was my first time like taking the piece of bread or I don't know what, but it was such a like a good excuse like to talk with the kala if like maybe you're not friends with, like because everyone was like just coming. Also like if it is good, let's take it like maybe there is like a good thing, like you're not losing anything. So it was like just like such a I love it.
Yeah, you're not losing anything, which is for sure true. I don't know if there's much behind it, but like again, I think that this has been my approach the past few years. I think it is just to learn a bit more humility. Like just because I don't understand it and because I think a concept is stupid, like there's so many great people before me who said that there's something to this. So maybe I should listen a bit more. But yeah,
Like
that's
it.
just me. I don't know.
No, I love it. Like you can say your opinion. Like it's my podcast. Everything is like open, welcome. I'm not closing. I'm not cutting whatever you're saying if I'm not agreeing. Okay, so because the time it's running, tell me like a piece of advice from your experience. Because in any case, there are like people like you that maybe like got engaged and after like broke up the engagement and then like maybe they didn't find yet the right person. So give like an advice for like this type of people, girls or boys, whatever, from your experience.
I think the first thing is that there's people say everything happens for a reason, everything happens for a good reason. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe in that. I believe that we can make everything happen for a reason and for a good reason. And so every situation that we're in, it can be used for a good thing. It can be used for us to grow and for us to become better people. And I know for myself, I grew very much after the I call it the disengagement. But I grew a lot. I grew more self-confident. I thought to myself, I don't need one person to validate me. I think that gave me a lot, and I can look back and I can say that, yeah, I learned so much from that. And looking back, I mean, I don't wish it on anyone, but also I grew a lot from that, and I'm grateful for that. In general, I'd say that just give it a shot. Just give anything a chance if you can. What really worried me was I was worried that I'd come up to heaven or hell, regardless. I'd come up to God after 120 and I wouldn't be married, and I'd say to God, excuse me, sorry, what was going on? Where's my guy? Like, what, you were meant to sort this out. Well, what were you thinking to yourself? And then I had a picture of him lining up guys in front of me. A lot of different guys, and saying, look how many guys I put in front of you. And you said no. And it always got me to say yes to things. If there weren't red flags, if there weren't crazy, like, if he's a rubbish person, okay. But usually we say no for silly things. Usually we say no maybe because we don't love the way he looks. Or maybe he went to this school, or he went to that, or he's got those friends, whatever it is. I always just think, give it a go. Obviously, if you're not attracted to him afterwards, or you find that he's got a bad personality, or you just don't click, that's fine. No one can come back to you after that and say, oh, you really, really want to throw up when you see him, marry him anyway. Like, no, obviously no one's going to say that. But if you say no from the beginning, then you're not giving anything a chance. And so that's a big thing that I do say to people who are dating. Is just don't say no for no reason. There's guys that I went out with, because I was like, I don't think much is going to happen, but there's no red flags. So I should go out with them. You should do that effort. And the guy I married as well. Like, that, I didn't think that anything would come of it, and thank God things did. So I just think that's an important thing to think about. That's secondly, do you know what? Let's add a thirdly. Why not? I think just thirdly, it's just to be good with yourself. That there's days that are really tough and the days that are really good. And in the tough days, a lot of the times we can, I don't know, we'll just sit in our beds and we'll feel bad about ourselves. And it's okay to have those days. And those days you should allow yourself to feel bad about yourself and to be with your feelings. But don't feel sorry for yourself all the time. Remember those good days and try to bring more good days. And don't look at like any time period as a time. I'm just trying to fill time until this happens, until I get a new job, until I don't know, until I get more money, until I find the guy I want to marry. No, it's every single moment that we use, or every single time period that we have. We should be using it in a good way, that we can look back at that time and say, okay, wow, that gave me a lot. You know, I wasn't just filling time.
Yeah.
So those are all my messages.
Thank you so much for joining CallTehi. We're like an easy chat, talk, and like change your humor, because really you changed my humor. Like, oh my gosh, you inspire me. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
We will.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Grazie speciale va a Mixing Creative Studio per l'ottimo montaggio. Un grazie speciale va a Mixing Creative Studio per l'ottimo montaggio.